in the morning.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is Tuesday, an absolutely gorgeous day outside, but honestly, we have to stay inside and talk about the absolute madness happening in Genoa City because my brain is melting. Grab your snacks and buckle up because we have so much to discuss. Oh my god, I'm screaming. I literally cannot even deal right now. Okay, but listen, you will not believe what Jack Abbott is actually doing right now. I was eating dinner and literally choked on my drink when I watched this episode. My jaw dropped. Seriously, I had to pause and text my friend immediately because I was hyperventilating and I just could not process the absolute sheer audacity of these people. I am actually losing my mind over this storyline because it is so dramatic and unhinged. Jack is actually losing his mind. I mean, we all knew he was desperate to find Diane, but this is wild. Insane. Unhinged. At this point I'm yelling at my screen like a crazy person because why would he do that? Why would anyone in their right mind think this is a good idea? Okay, wait. Before that happened, actually, I need to back up because I am getting way too ahead of myself and my thoughts are literally everywhere right now. Let me start with Diane because honestly, she needs to get it together, I swear. But also I feel so incredibly bad for her right now. So Diane is trapped in this completely unfamiliar, terrifying house, right? And she is facing down this absolute creep, Dr. Lawrence Markham. He gives me the massive ick. I am literally shivering just thinking about the way he looks at her and talks to her. He is holding her hostage under the guise of giving her psychiatric care because he claims Jack put him in charge of her after she supposedly had a mental breakdown, which is insane by the way. Diane knows she is completely sane. She is looking at this twisted doctor and telling him that all her five senses are screaming that he is lying to her face. The audacity of this man to stand there and gaslight her. I am so mad. I am throwing things at my television. Markham is literally looking at her with this sick, twisted smile and telling her that she is just trying to block out the trauma of her breakdown. I can't breathe. I am so stressed for her. And don't even get me started on the threats. Markham actually has the nerve to tell Diane that if talk therapy does not work, he might have to resort to quote-unquote other methods. Other methods? What does that even mean? It sounds so illegal and so terrifying. My heart was pounding out of my chest. I am literally shaking. Diane is terrified but she is trying to fight back, demanding to speak to Jack. But Markham just shuts her down and says talking to Jack would cause a setback. He is isolating her completely. But wait, I forgot to mention earlier but this is the most crucial part of the whole thing. Diane finally puts the pieces together and realizes who is actually pulling the strings. It is not just this creepy doctor acting alone, on nitrogen monoxide. It is Patty Williams. Patty is the mastermind manipulating this entire operation to harm Diane and keep her locked away. I'm dead. I am literally deceased. Patty is paying this shady doctor under the table to hold Diane hostage so she can steal Jack. Okay, where was I right? So Patty is the puppet master, which brings me to Jack. Oh Jack, what are you doing? Jack has figured out that Patty is the one holding the cards. He knows she is the key to finding Diane. So what does he do? He decides to take a completely new angle to handle this impossible situation. He decides to fake a romance with Patty. I'm screaming. I am literally screaming at the top of my lungs. He is playing with fire. Jack thinks he can outsmart Patty Williams, a woman who is literally known for being completely unstable and dangerous. He is pretending that he is falling for her, that he wants to build a future with her, just to get her to drop her guard so he can find out exactly where Diane is hidden. Wait, did I already say that? Whatever. Anyway, Jack is faking this romance and he is going all in. He actually agreed to Patty's insane ultimatum. Patty told him she needs his mind, body, soul, and heart. She wants total commitment with no turning back. And Jack looks her in the eye and says yes. I was like, are you serious? He is literally selling his soul to the devil to save his wife. I mean, it is kind of romantic in a very twisted, dark, thriller kind of way, but it is also the dumbest thing he could possibly do. Mark my words, this is going to end badly. I am calling it now. Patty is not an idiot. Well, she is delusional, but she is dangerous. If she finds out Jack is playing her, she is going to snap and Diane is going to pay the ultimate price. So Jack is putting on the performance of a lifetime. He even takes Patty out for cocktails at society to make their relationship public. The absolute nerve. I had to cover my eyes because the second-hand embarrassment and the anxiety were just too much. Abby was at society and she saw them together and she was furious. I mean, wouldn't you be? Abby is literally watching her father cozy up to the woman who has tormented their family, but Jack pulls Abby aside secretly and explains that he is just trying to get intel on Diane. So Abby, bless her heart, tries to play along and even brings them a bottle of champagne, and Jack and Patty share this super creepy toast to everyone getting what they deserve. The tension in that scene was so thick you could cut it with a knife. I was literally sweating. Okay, but listen to this next part because this is where I actually lost my mind and started yelling at my screen. Jack calls a secret Abbott family meeting. He brings in Kyle, Abby, Billy, and Tracy to the mansion. He lays out the entire horrific reality of Diane's captivity. He tells them exactly how dangerous Dr. Markham is and how Patty is pulling all the strings. He explains his bold new strategy to manipulate Patty by faking this romance. The family is obviously terrified because Patty is a wild card, and the damage she could do is catastrophic. But then Jack drops the biggest bombshell of the century. I am not even exaggerating. My jaw is still on the floor. Jack tells his family that in order to keep Patty convinced that he is madly in love with her, he has to give in to her latest demand. And her demand is that she wants to move into the Abbott mansion with Jack. And because Patty wants Jack all to herself, she is demanding that everyone else move out. Yes. You heard me. Jack is kicking Tracy and Kyle out of their own family home so Patty Williams can move in. The audacity. Not okay. I'm done. I literally cannot even process this. Tracy Abbott is a literal angel on earth. She is the peacemaker. She is the sweetest woman in Genoa City. And she is being kicked out of her ancestral home for Patty Williams. I am so dramatic about this, but I don't care. Tracy just went through that whole horrific ordeal with Martin Laurent masquerading as his twin brother. She has been traumatized. And now she is being evicted by her own brother to appease a psychopath. If I were Tracy, I would be throwing hands. I swear she needs to get it together and fight back. But she loves Jack and she knows Diane's life is on the line. And Kyle. Kyle is frantic and confused and terrified for his mother. And now he is losing his home too. It is just too much. I am honestly so stressed out by this show right now. I keep getting distracted by how mad I am about Tracy. But let me circle back to Jack's plan. He is standing by Jack's side. Well, not physically because he has to move out. But Kyle is supporting this insane plan because they are so desperate. Jack is trying to find a new way to handle this, approaching the mess from a totally different angle. He thinks if Patty is living under his roof, she will slip up. She will leave a clue, a phone number, a receipt, something that will lead him to the remote cabin where Diane is being held. Detective James Burrow is doing a quiet investigation on the side, but Jack knows the clock is ticking. Diane is facing down a monster who is threatening her with other methods and Jack is running out of time. But honestly, Jack is playing a very dangerous game. He is manipulating Patty, feeding her delusions. Let's not forget the history here. I forgot to mention earlier, but Victor Newman literally used Patty to kidnap Jack, lock him in a cabin on a yacht, drug him, and force him into a compromising position. Patty's obsession with Jack is lethal. It is not just a cute little crush, it is a terrifying, consuming obsession, and Jack is intentionally feeding it. He is pouring gasoline on a fire and hoping he doesn't get burned. I am literally pacing around my living room just talking about this. What happens when Diane is finally rescued, assuming she survives Dr. Markham and his creepy gaslighting? How is Diane going to react when she finds out Jack let Patty move into their home? Diane already has massive trauma from seeing Jack and Patty in bed together on that yacht. Even though Jack was drugged and it wasn't his fault, Diane's mind is still twisted by that image. Now she is going to come home, hopefully, and find out Patty has been sleeping under her roof, wearing her bathrobe probably, acting like the lady of the manor. Diane is going to absolutely lose it. I'm calling it now. I just keep thinking about Diane trapped in that room. She is so perceptive. She realized Patty was the mastermind behind all of this. She knows Patty is using Markham. Diane is fighting so hard, refusing to let Markham break her mind. She keeps insisting she is completely sane. But how long can she hold out? If Markham starts using his other methods or forcing drugs into her system, she might actually lose her grip on reality. I am so scared for her. And Jack is at the mansion, playing house with the woman who put her there. It is the most twisted, dramatic, insane storyline, and I am absolutely eating it up. But I am also so incredibly stressed. I honestly don't know how Jack is going to pull this off. He is walking a tightrope over a pit of alligators. If Patty suspects for even one single second that Jack is faking this romance, she will call Markham and tell him to get rid of Diane permanently. Jack has to be the best actor in the world right now. He has to kiss Patty, hold her, tell her he loves her, and make her believe it. I am literally gagging just thinking about it. It is so gross but so compelling. Okay. I need to take a breath because I am typing so fast my fingers are cramping, and I am pretty sure I have repeated myself like 5 times, but I don't even care. This is just too huge. The Abbott family is completely fractured right now. Tracy and Kyle are packing their bags. Patty is probably measuring the windows for new drapes. Jack is sweating bullets trying to keep up this charade, and Diane is fighting for her life and her sanity against a creepy doctor in the middle of nowhere. I am dying to talk to someone about this. Wait, let me just add something else because my brain just remembered another layer to this absolute dumpster fire of a situation. Do you guys remember Patty's history? I mean, really remember it. This is the woman who literally kissed Summer Newman with peanut butter on her lips, knowing full well that Summer had a deadly, life-threatening peanut allergy. She is a literal menace to society. And Jack is just inviting her into his home. I know he is doing it for Diane, but the sheer risk involved is astronomical. Patty has a history of holding people hostage in that creepy Williams family cabin during her psychotic breaks. She even had plastic surgery once to look exactly like Dr. Emily Peterson. She is capable of anything and everything. And Jack thinks he can just play her. He thinks he can just bat his eyelashes and pretend to be her knight in shining armor. I am literally shaking my head at the screen. Jack is a smart guy usually, but grief and desperation make people do incredibly stupid things. He is so frantic and protective of Diane that he is not seeing the massive blind spots in his own plan. What if Patty demands they sleep together? What is Jack going to do then? He already told her he is fully committed, mind, body, soul, and heart. If he pulls away, she will know he is lying. I am literally sick to my stomach thinking about the corner he has painted himself into. Also, let's talk about Dr. Lawrence Markham for another second because I am not done ranting about him. Who even is this guy? Is he a real doctor? I know Jack and Tracy looked him up online and his credentials looked valid, but come on, in Genoa City, anyone can fake a medical degree or get paid off. Look at what happened with Martin Laurent. Oh my god, wait. What if Dr. Markham is Martin Laurent with a new face? I just blew my own mind. I am screaming. If Markham is Martin, then Tracy is in even more danger. And Phyllis and Sharon are going to have to get involved because they share that massive trauma bond from being locked up by Martin. I am literally spiraling into conspiracy theories right now, but it makes so much sense. Okay. I need to calm down. But seriously, the stakes have never been higher. Jack is playing a game of psychological chess with a woman who doesn't even play by the rules of reality. Diane is using every ounce of her strength to survive a gaslighting masterclass, and the rest of the Abbott family is just collateral damage in Jack's desperate bid to save his wife. I'm going to be glued to my screen for the next week because I have to know how this ends. Will Jack's bold new strategy work? Will he find Diane before Dr. Markham uses his terrifying other methods? Or will Patty realize she is being played and burn the entire Abbott legacy to the ground? I literally cannot wait to find out. Okay, I'm actually done now. Bye.